Crypto Sports Collector here. I asked avid TopShot collectors, investors, whales, and influencers their take on 4 questions to help you grow your TopShot portfolio. Here are their answers. Question number 3. What moment has returned you the biggest increase in value? Most of my S1s have done well, but my biggest mistake was trying to chase the hollow icon set during February. For example, I spent just over $41,000 on a Trae Young hollow icon serial number 10 out of 58. That moment now has a floor of $6,700, so an unrealized loss of just over $34,000 for me. These types of unrealized losses are true for most of my hollow icon moments, and like many users, I got caught up in the February hype. Every dapper dollar I made from a sale went to buy something else I thought was more stable or undervalued. I was wrong. The best place in hindsight was to sell and sit on the dapper as users fled to other NFT projects. You live and you learn. I'm not afraid to confront my mistakes. That's how we become better.
What moment has gone up the most and which has gone down the most? It's funny actually looking at this question recently, probably over the last month or so. I try not to look at moment ranks and live token and things like that to see the value of my account, just because I don't want that to influence anything I do. If I've bought something for a reason and planning on holding it, then it's irrelevant as to what it's priced at right now. Also, I don't want to get into the day-to-day grind of, oh, my account's gone down, my account's gone up. So in all honesty, I try and not look at it as often as I can. Sometimes it can be fun to check, but when the market's negative or people, it's going down, there's just, what do you stand to gain from looking at seeing your account value go down? Saying that, at the moment it's gone up the most, maybe Kevin Porter Jr., S1 debut, Shea Gildress, S1 debut. I don't know, maybe I've had some things that I was never going to hold long term that went up and I sold, but nothing that overly jumps off the page. I think maybe Anthony Edwards throwdowns, made some money on that, sold that, turned it into maybe Tatum S1 debut, I think. But nothing like hugely ridiculous. What's lost me the most money, that is an absolutely easy one. It's Luka Doncic seeing stars. As I mentioned in another video, I got in late Feb, like Feb 27. And I think seeing stars shortly after came out. And I was doing it with my brother and my cousin who were collecting as well. And guys, we've got to get on this. TopShot's the new massive thing. Just absolutely believing, building into all the hype. I still do, but at the time it was rampant. And I bought the Luka Doncic for maybe 840. Saying that, I did get the Curry in a pack. Sold that for 500 because I was doing a challenge with my cousin and my brother, and one of them already had the Curry, so I sold the Curry and bought the Doncic. So saying that, it wasn't like a total loss because I made money on Curry, but I bought that for 840, and maybe that's worth $80 at the moment. So I've still got it because I've completed the Seeing Stars set. I really like doing sets. I've only done 2 at the moment, Seeing Stars and Hustle and Show. I'd like to be able to do the archive. I love the archive. As someone who started following basketball in, I think it was about 04, Marius Sotomayor's rookie season, really, when I started following hugely, that archive set and all those players was my prime years when I was 17 years old. I was obsessed with the NBA. Pluto.
My best moments that have increased in value that I've purchased are my Trae Young TopShot debut and a Victor Oladipo throwdown bottleneck. I didn't really buy them thinking that they were ever going to increase a crazy amount. I just thought they were kind of undervalued, and I had some dapper from kind of selling some moments from packs that I really didn't like, and I was just like, well, let me collect some money and let me just go in for one big haul. And I was looking around for a Trae Young TopShot debut. It was right around the time that the Hawks were doing hot. They were really hot in the playoffs, and they were just really doing a good job. And Trae Young was just kind of budding and really showing that he could be kind of like, I don't want to say Steph Curry, but just like the guy and really just lead a team to the promised land, to that championship. And I think he was really showing that, and I just was like, well, why not? I mean, his TopShot debut was really cheap. I think I bought it for only like around $500 or something like that, and now it's worth like $600 as of now, but like a month ago it was up as close as $700. So I mean, I made a solid like $200 off of that, not even really caring about making the money on him. So I bought a Nikola Vucevic. What was it? 1500 LE. I bought it like right around when the All-Star rosters were announced, and I was under the impression that like the All-Star players, like since there wasn't the All-Star moments really hadn't come out yet, I was just thinking like, well, these moments are definitely going to go up. Like if you're an All-Star player and the rosters weren't even announced yet, I think that I was kind of just going off speculation. I'm thinking in my head, well, this moment's worth this now. What's it going to be worth in like 2 weeks when they announce the rosters? Well, didn't happen that way. I think I spent $100 on the moment. It was a 3-digit moment. It was like 720 something. And going into it, I was thinking, oh, well, at least I have a 3-digit serial. This is a sweet player. Good moment. Didn't work out because I think that moment's worth like $14 now. So not a good one. I think I also bought Zion Williamson 1500 LE Series 2, and then a Steph Curry very similar one. Like there was
the moment with the biggest increase in value, I would have to say is a WNBA TopShot moment of Jewel Lloyd. Have a really low number. She's a really good player. I also have Sue Bird and Breanna Stewart. I definitely hold on to those. Sue may just have 1 or 2 more years left in the league, and Breanna Stewart is capable of being league MVP or finals MVP or all-star player anytime she's on the court. And Jewel Lloyd as well. So I'm really excited about the WNBA moments, and I'm going to hold them. One of my worst performing moments, I'll have to go with Josh Hart. I purchased it at the top of the market, and he's active in the community on Twitter, on Discord, and also Twitch. So I thought it would be a good idea to purchase his moment. Turns out not so good, especially at the top of the market. But one strategy I do have. Some other cards I purchased at the top of the market, after the prices dropped, I went ahead and doubled up, purchased them again to kind of ride that wave when it goes back up. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
My best performing moment that I purchased was probably right around, I think a couple months ago, once the market started turning back up. It was a few days into that. And I bought like a Chris Paul TopShot debut, and I think a Jaylen Brown MGLE. And I think one of those is probably my top performing moment. My worst performing moment, that's an easy one. It was my largest purchase during February. It was a Colin Sexton early adopter that's lost about 80% of its value. So that's the answer on that one.